Welcome to Ausable Valley Disc Golf. This is John here with Alex, and today we are at Kirtland Community College Disc Golf Course just outside Roscommon, Michigan. Let's get on to hole 1. 255 feet, par 4. It's a little uphill, and first drive of the day. I'm hoping just to put a good rip on it, and I do. And I end up pin high, but on the left side.
Yep. And here I'm trying to throw forehand with the Zeus. I just got this Zeus as a more overstable counterpart to my green one, but I released it a little early, end up in the woods over there on the right side. And then with this shot here, I'm just trying to go up on either side of a tree, and if I miss it, I'm fine, but as you can see, I end up squaring the tree, and it drops me straight down. Not a great start to hole 1.
Yeah, it's a rough start to the day.
And then I try and do this little pitch out, and I hit some more limbs, and I'm still not out of the woods yet.
Yeah.
Give it a little bit, chain height, but just off to the right side.
Yeah.
I've ever had an eagle before.
Here I am trying for my first eagle ever, I believe, and like I said, I'm pin high, and I just want to put a good run on it. And after looking at it, it looks like I barely even put an attempt, and it shows. Came up short.
Yeah, it looks like your putting woes have been pretty stagnant for this first part of the season.
Yeah, I've had a rough little start to the season. It's been the last thing to come back, that's for sure.
And I put a little putt on there for a bogey. Hole 2, 162 feet, par 3.
Yeah, so I got a soul, and I'm just trying to throw a little anhyzer and get it to turn into the basket, and I got a little lucky at the end.
Yeah, I try and throw a zone here, and I end up throwing it a little bit high, a little bit inside, but still not a bad result. And that parking lot there plays OB, so we both came about a foot from that OB mark.
Yeah, we end up taking our meters in, and for some reason, as you'll see, just before we made our attempt for these putts, we had a camera malfunction that we didn't know about, and so yeah, for some reason the camera stopped, and hole 3, 205 feet, par 3. This one I wanted to throw a little higher so it would fade towards the basket, and I ended up ripping it a little long.
Yeah. And I try and throw my Zeus here. I put it out wide like I wanted. I had the height I wanted, but I just chose the wrong disc. I end up going about 70 long on it. And another run at the basket here, just off to the right side again.
Yeah, and I have a long putt back too, and just like Alex, you know, these are long putts that we weren't anticipating having on this hole. And I come up just a little short.
I make that for my par, and John taps out his. Hole 4, 299, par 3.
This one I've got my overstable Raptor, and I'm hoping to throw something low because it's a little downhill and get some skip.
Yep. And the basket here is surrounded by OB. And I try and go wide with a Zeus, and I just grip locked it into that tree. If I miss that tree, I'm fine, but... And then I throw low with a putter here, and now I'm just fighting for a par and probably going to take a bogey.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm circle's edge, and I just want to put a good run on it to try to get this birdie, and I end up pulling it.
And there's me tapping out for a bogey.
And here's me finishing up my par. Hole 5, 221 feet, par 3. This one I'm going to the left side. It's like 3 lanes, and I'm like, keep it low and get some ground play. I kept it low, but I didn't get quite the ground play I wanted.
Yeah. And here I'm trying to go to the right side with low, and I've just been struggling on this course, so I'd throw it high, hit a tree branch, and
Yeah.
my upshot wasn't too bad. I ended up parking the upshot there.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it close. I mean, it's like a half run, and
Good, good.
I ended up getting it close enough. We both end up tapping out for our par.
Hole 6, 279, par 3.
Yeah, this one's, it's wide open on the right side, and I ended up putting a good rip on it. I was just trying to hope I didn't pull it into the trees, and I wanted to get some distance. End up about 10 feet away.
Yep, and here I'm just trying to go out wide after seeing him throw that great shot. And
Hard.
I'm calling for it to swing hard and skip in, and I end up about 2 feet behind the pin.
Yeah, it's nice being able to have card birdies.
Oh yeah, especially after the start I had. That was a good shot to hopefully get me back on track.
Hole 7's a little bit of a walk towards the road. It's not too bad, the signs show. Hole 7, 164 feet, par 3. This one, the ground, if you see on my left side, wasn't quite even. So when I get ready to tee off, I'm kind of worried about my footing, and I end up pulling it way to the left. Not my best shot.
And here I'm going forehand with a captain's raptor. I got it a little bit inside, but I still put a good move on it, and I ended up in the circle.
Yeah, you can see I pulled it a long ways. So now I'm just trying to get something close to savage a par.
Which you do. And here's my putt. As you can see, I'm in these bushes here, and when you're putting in bushes like this, you don't really have the swing that you want, but I still put a good run on it and get my birdie on that one.
Yeah, you got a stroke back.
Hole 8, 219, par 3. And this one, the basketball court plays out of bounds. I try and throw an understable mid-range here, and it just never flipped over.
Yeah, it's the pin's over to the right by that white building, and for a lefty you go over that little shed there, but for some reason you always think you gotta throw higher than you do, and I never got the distance.
And here I take my meter relief from the fence, and I'm gonna try and do a little jump putt here to try and possibly get a birdie. I started feeling good after the last 2 holes, and I give it a little run, but still off to the right side.
Yeah. Like I said, I came up a little short, and I'm hoping to put a good run on this one. And I actually do, and I hit the chains and chains out. That's about a 50-50 make or miss, and I was on the miss side.
And there, I barely get over the rim there and take my par.
Yeah. Hole 9, 320 feet, par 4.
Here there is no out of bounds, even though it looks like it. So you can throw however you like, and I just end up turning over a Hades, and I end up in the wood line over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to just go over the fence with a flex, and I don't get enough snap on it, so it never flexes out. So it just rides and ends up in the parking lot here. And then I'm trying to do a flex with the zone, and I early released, and I wasn't happy.
And here, I thought I ended up in a better position than I was. And I'm trying to figure out, should I throw forehand? How am I going to throw this shot?
I thought I had the angle for this.
Ultimately, I decided I didn't really have the shot shape that I wanted. So I go back to my bag, pick out a putter, and I'm going to try and do a backhand turnover and just kind of let it glide off towards the basket.
Yeah, that's smart going back to the bag, because a lot of times, I do it a lot. You just figure, I got a disc in my hand, I'm just going to throw what I throw, and it ends up being the wrong disc.
Right, and here, right when I release it, the wind picks up, grabs a hold of that putter, and just pushes it right back towards us.
Yeah, that field that you see, it might be hard to tell, but it's actually really windy.
Yeah. And here, I just never got the height on that putt there.
Yeah. And I putt out for a birdie.
Hole 10, 227 feet, par 3.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed in this throw. I wanted to hang it a little further left. I ended up throwing it basically almost right at the pin. I wanted to throw it left and have it turn into the basket, and it never turned out.
Yep. And here I throw a fierce. I'm telling it to get down because I know I put a lot of mustard on it, and it went long by about 30 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, so I came up a little short, You know, again, a lot of outside circle or circle edge putts, and
Come on.
like all my circle edge putts, they just never make it.
And there, you can see it's rough to try and get out of there. It's dense woods, and it's one of those situations where, you know, you take what you can get trying to get out of there. And here, I've got another putt in the brush where I've kind of got an obstructed putt, and put another good move on it and take my par.
Yeah, that's a pretty good putt, especially after how it started.
Yeah.
Hole 11, 229 feet, par 4. And I have all this room on the left, and I didn't get it far enough left. I ended up fading into the woods.
Yep. And here I'm throwing in a Zeus again, forehand. And after seeing how John went into the woods there early, I wanted to hang it out left, and just told myself, if you're out in the field, you can pitch up and take a birdie.
Yeah. Here I am in the woods. Lucky it's not too deep in there, but I got a little bit of a gap, and I get a little bit lucky, and I kick off this tree, and it kicks me towards the basket.
Yep. And here I am from about 20 feet and right on the pole.
Yeah, it's a good putt, and I putt out.
Hole 12, 295, par 3.
Yeah, this one's wide open. I believe it was into a headwind, and I give it a pretty good rip, and I thought I threw it a lot further than I did, but I end up about 26 feet short.
And here, I early released, and I also was hoping for the disc to flip up a little bit more than it did. But once the wind caught it, it just pushed it way off over onto the left side, probably about 100 feet away from the pin.
Yeah. Those kind of putts, you're just hoping to putt it up close enough to tap it in.
Yeah.
And
God, come on.
I end up pulling that one. I got to really work on that.
Yep. And here, I don't know what was going through my head, but just was lazy on the putt or something and just missed it. Tap out for a bogey.
And here I am tapping out for my par. Hole 13, 206 feet, par 3. And I'm trying to do a little bit of a turnover, and I know I have to keep it low under these branches, and I kept it maybe a little too low. Never got the flight I needed.
Yeah. And here I'm trying to throw a buzz just on a soft hyzer towards the pin, and I end up really overcooking it. Turned it over into a tree over on the right side over there.
Yeah. And here I am just putting it, trying to get it close. And I think I did a pretty good job.
And with the new rules, you can clear any dead and unattached stuff from your lie as long as it's behind you. So for footing and safety reasons, I chose to do that. But with this putt, I was trying to get it close, and it got away from me, got too high, and
and
way
the
down the
wind
hill.
took it.
Tried to give it a run coming back up the hill, but not to be.
And here I am tapping in for my par.
Good.
Hole 14, 304, par 5.
Yeah, this was a little bit of a walk to get to, and it's probably the narrowest fairway we have all day, and it kind of fades to the left, and I didn't do a very good job.
And here I'm just trying to throw a hyzer up towards the top of the hill, and I yank it. And it just shows how I was playing all day on this course. It wasn't making very good shots. And here I'm trying to throw a zone, just get up towards the pin, pulled it inside, and just never got away with it.
Yeah. I have a little bit of a lane here. I'm trying to forehand flick something through this lane and hoping that it just gets through. And I end up putting a pretty good shot on it. I'm actually fairly impressed with how this one turned out.
And here I'm trying to do a flick out just to get up to the pin so I could get off this hole, and the wind caught it again and just pushed it right back towards me.
Yeah, that just shows how windy it actually was there.
Try to give it a bid to get up there and not to be.
Yeah, this long eagle putt, and I end up pulling it. I just wanted to at least get it there and give a chance. Finish up with my tap-in birdie.
He taps in for birdie, I tap in for bogey, and my woes on this course just continue.
Yeah. Hole 15, 193 feet, par 3. Again, I try to throw my sole with a little bit of anhyzer, and I end up hitting the tree branches, but it rolled all the way to the right side of the basket.
And here I'm trying to throw a Luna just on a soft hyzer down to the bottom of the hill. And I finally put a good run on that.
Yeah, here I am, again, another circle's edge putt, and same result.
And here I am from about 25 feet out, thinking, you know, I just took 3 bogeys in a row.
Yeah,
Gotta get something going.
That was a good putt. And there I am tapping in for my par.
Yep. Hole 16, 207, par 3. Here I'm trying to throw a Raptor, and I'm trying to throw it low for a skip, and it did get a skip, but it didn't get the skip I wanted. That the ground just kind of ate it up.
Yeah. And I try to throw mine low and to the left of the trees that you kind of see there, and I end up basically going right at it, and it left myself a putt.
And here, it's another good run at the pin, but still off to the right. I've got to work on that jump putt coming up.
This is about circle's edge, maybe a little inside, and I finally make one.
And he taps out his birdie, and I take my par, and we move on to hole 17.
Hole 17, 197 feet, par 3. This was a little downhill, and so I grabbed my buzz and just wanted to throw something straight at the basket.
Get off the tree.
And I actually put a good run on it and came real close.
And here I throw a Luna, just trying to go straight at it. And if the disc would have kept coming to the right, it probably would have had a good run at it, but I end up about 30 long. And it looks like I laid up there, but that was not a layup putt.
Right. This is about the same distance as the last putt. And I'm getting a little confident with the last 2 putts, and I got it in.
Hole 18, 219, par 3.
Yeah, this one I'm probably my worst drive of the day, and I was really disappointed.
There you go.
And there I throw my Zeus, trying to get up, and just to get myself back to even on the round and finish on a high note.
Yeah, I was disappointed with this drive because I was hoping to go bogey free, and obviously I left myself a lot of work, and I wasn't sure if I was going to hit my arm on the backswing of this pine, so I kind of had to shorten it up, and I didn't get the flight that I wanted.
Yeah.
So I left myself this long par putt, and last thing I wanted to do was be short, so I thought I gave it enough, and I just ended up left of the basket.
Yeah. Still a good run. And here I am from probably about 30 feet with a straddle. I thought I gave it enough, but it just dropped a little bit too much and never went in.
Yeah, there I am tapping in for my bogey.
And you can kind of see the look of disappointment. This was not a hard course. But
Well, that's it for Kirtland Community College Disc Golf Course. This course is most likely going to be gone or moving soon to its new campus. Overall, I feel the course is a great course. Not a fan of the dirt pads, and course par is too easy. I give the course around a 4.0 for beginners. Anyone better than a beginner may find the course a little too easy according to their course.
yeah, for beginners, it's definitely a good course, but anybody that has some experience is going to find it a little mundane, a little easy, but it's a good warm-up course.
Yeah. Please like and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching.